top. July 8th, very early to look at team totals. But hard to imagine there's too many moves between now and the start of the season, or at least too many like gigantic ones. Like, what are we really waiting on? Beal going somewhere, I think, would shift. It would shift the team total, right? Like if you went to the Clippers, I think you'd have to boost them like a day or a couple wins. I think a win or two. Giannis isn't getting traded. That ship has sailed. That would have already happened. I'm trying to think of what other free agent moves could potentially even be out there. Well, Josh Giddey's going to stay with Chicago. The question is how much money. And unless there's like a big trade that we're just kind of really sleeping on, right? Like unless the Jazz trade Lowry or something like that. Just can't imagine there's too many giant moves left. So let's look at it and let's talk about it. The Jazz, 18.5 wins is their win total for this upcoming season. 18.5. Yeah, they'll be pretty fucking bad. I do ask the question, do they have the best player out of this clump of teams right here? Wizards, Nets. Do they have the best player? They do, right? Larry Markkinen. Do they have the best coach? Yeah, they probably have the best coach, right? Jordi Fernandez, you can make an argument for, I guess, but they're probably the best coach out of this trio of teams. I just don't know if I think the Jazz will be the worst team in the NBA next season. I know that's where they're headed, right? And they were the worst team in the NBA last year. 17 fucking wins. Oh my God. All right, yeah, maybe. All right, sure. Maybe they win 17 games. I mean, they're going to be terrible. All right, cool. Wizards, they won 18 last year. Do they win 2 more? See, I think I would, especially towards the bottom here, I think I would go over initially on all of these Eastern Conference teams, only because I think it's going to be so bad that some of these lower teams will just kind of beat up each other, if that makes sense. I think the Wizards clear 20.5 pretty easily. Now, I don't know what that means. That could just be like 25, right? Yvonne with the 16 months. What up, missed most of the stream, but here now. Hey, what up, Yvonne? Speaking of dropping a ramble video later today. But the Wizards, yeah, they have an interesting team with vets on it. How many of those guys survive the offseason? I don't know. How many of those guys survive the trade deadlines? Another question as well. With what? Marcus Smart, Chris Middleton. Who else they've got now to go along with some of their young talent? Hey, Trey Johnson's a guy who could win Rookie of the Year. Like, I could see that. I could see it. They've got their second year guys who I'm sure will improve. Sarr had some flashes towards the end of the season that looked really solid. Bub Carrington showed some signs. I'd go over the Wizards, honest to God. I would go over them. Nets at 21.5. 26 last year. I think they're going to be so shit. I mean, they're going to be terrible, right? If the Nets do not put out a lineup at some point this season where all 5 first-round picks are on the floor, what the fuck are they doing? They don't understand the assignment if their 5 first-round picks are not on the floor at the same time at some point this season. How would that work? I don't know. Make it work. Make it fucking work. They could make something happen just because Wolf's 7 feet. And Dimon has some decent size. So you could have oh shit, what's the Israeli dude's name? Safar. You could have him be your point guard. You could have Traore be your 2 guard. You have Drake Powell be your 3. Then you can have Dimon be your 4, and you can have Wolf be your 5. If that lineup's not on the floor at some point, fuck you. Okay. I think they're gonna be terrible though. MPJ finna go off in Brooklyn. No. I doubt it. And then there's like a decent jump, but like the Vegas views these three as the dregs. These teams will be far and away the worst. The Hornets are just kind of like 24 and a half. I mean, what's LaMelo going to play 30 games this season? I don't know. I would never, it's my Hornets, right? Maybe when we get closer to the season, I look at their roster, I might think, damn, if LaMelo plays 65 games and Brandon Miller, can he get to 65 games? Like, that might not be a bad team. Guys, who the fuck's their center? Mason Plumlee's their starting center. They won 19 last year. I'm slamming that under. I'm slamming that. Suns 30 and a half. Damn. Jesus. They think the Suns are the second worst team in the West? Wow. 30 and a half? I feel like they'll hit that over. 30 is not a lot of games to win. 30 feels so low. I mean, their front court's way better now with Mark Williams, Malawach. Never want to put too much on a rookie's plate, especially like a guy like Rasheer Fleming. Which, that's a good pick, but I don't know how good just yet. But yeah, 30 and a half for the second worst team in a conference is a lot. But like, what happens if Booker plays 50 games? And what was their record without KD last year? It was abysmal. It was like 2-15 or something crazy like that. You'll have the Jalen Green experience. 30 and a half feels so low. I mean, I don't know if I'd feel pumped betting that over, but there's just, God, that's low. Pelicans 31 and a half. They won 21 last year. I mean, they're moving like a team that wants to compete and contend. The pathetic Suns. Yeah, the Pelicans have no reason to tank and shut it down like they did this past year. They have no reason to do that since the Hawks now potentially control that pick. Just one of the worst trades you'll ever see. But I would never in a million years bet on them to do anything. Could see a world where Zion plays 30 games. Trey Murphy's on a different team at the deadline. Herb Jones is on a different team at the deadline. Their rookies struggle at times, especially small guard like Fears and like a big like Queen, and they're fucking terrible. 100% see that being something we see. Could also see a world where Zion plays, 72 games. No, 64 games. Yeah, sure. And they get to like mid-40s and wins. Yeah, I could see that. But would I bet on any of it? Fuck no. I would never bet on the Pelicans. Bulls 32 and a half. Huh. They won 39 last year. Tyler with the 499. I bet my life savings on VJ Rookie of the Year. Have a great day, Unc. Terrible bet. Terrible bet. So let's skip the Blazers real quick. We'll circle back to them. Do we think the Raptors are 2 games better than the Bulls? For sure. Talent-wise, they should be much better than the Bulls. Payroll-wise, they should be much better than the Bulls. Do we think the Heat are 5 games better than the Bulls? I'm going to be real. I don't at all. I don't think the Heat are very good. I don't think the Bulls are very good either, but God, the East is so terrible. Like, I'm just looking at these teams. I mean, I'd be absolutely shocked if any of these teams won 40 games. Shocked. Like, holy fuck. Blazers at 33. I'd feel comfortable hammering that over. They went over that last year. I just don't know how would they go under. They won 36 games last year. I don't see a world where they get worse unless you're arguing that the West just got better. I'd hammer that for sure. I'd go over. See, like Raptors 34 and a half. I actually like to think they should win more than that. I mean, they're paying their starters $150 million. They should win more than that. Heat 37 and a half. I'd bet the under there. Kings 37 and a half. I'll just say this. I'm working on top 10 lists by the end of the week. Top 10 favorite moves of the offseason, top 10 least favorite moves of the offseason. I'll just spoil it right now. One of my least favorite moves of the offseason is the Kings in general. I hate their fucking team. I hate them. I hate everything they've got going on. Right. I hate that Sabonis is their best player. I hate that they have DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine on a team again. I hate that they're just willing to just pawn off Malik Monk is what it sounds like. I don't like their team at all. And one of my least favorite moves of them is not blowing it up. I don't know what would have been available to them had they wanted to trade Sabonis. I'm sure nobody wants Zach LaVine. I'm sure there's not a big market for DeRozan, but I hate their team. I just do. I think each day they go without blowing it up is a mistake. And you want to know something? Why I think that too is because you've already did it. You've traded the two best players you've had on your roster in the last 5 years. You have traded when they were young, too. So I don't get what the fuck it is you're doing. Like, oh well, we don't want to commit to a tank, but you've already traded your two best players in the last 5 years. You traded Halliburton and you traded Fox. You've already done it, right? You've already done it. So just do it. Can't stand them. I can't stand them. All right, so this was the most, and I'm not just saying this from like a Mavs fan perspective. This was the most shocking one. 38.5 wins for the Mavs? Wow. I mean, that feels disgustingly low, right? They won 39 games last year in what was one of the biggest seasons from Hells I've ever seen. We might be really bad. Maybe they're just looking at it like the floor of this team could be really low. I don't know. I think the Mavericks are deep enough to win 40 games. And I don't even think they're the championship contenders next year. I don't even think that. 38, though? One game better than the Kings? I mean, maybe we'll look back at this and laugh. Afraid of injuries with Kyrie out, I guess. I mean, I guess. Shouldn't they be higher than the Grizzlies then? If they're like that scared of injuries? Should they be higher than the Pacers then? Like, the Pacers are going to be without their best player all year. Like, they've already confirmed Tyrese Halliburton is not playing a single game next year. Grizzlies at 40.5. I mean, that's low. The under 500 for the Grizzlies. It's a little crazy. They seem to always just win. Sixers 43.5. I'd hit that over if I were honest with you. I'd hit that over comfortably. Because that doesn't even have to be crazy. That could be 48 wins. You know, in the 5 seed for the Sixers. That doesn't feel crazy at all to me that they could get that. Spurs 43.5 is a little interesting. Obviously, they were without, my DVT brother, Victor Wembanyama. My deep vein thrombosis brother. All right. I mean, they're predicting a sizable jump here for the Spurs. That'd be a 10-win increase if they went over on that. But I think that's possible. I absolutely think it's possible. Wait, how the Spurs get higher than us? I could see it, actually. I could see it. Now, if we're doing the Mavs will be injured, I don't, the Sixers really are 5 games better than the Mavs. All right. I get the conference stuff, but all right. Celtics have 43.5. Damn. Celtics have the same total as the Spurs and the Sixers. And 2 less than the Pistons. I guess there could be a world where the Celtics are terrible. I think I'm underestimating the possibility of the Celtics being absolutely shit. Yeah, I got DVT. I had a big talk about it at the start of the stream. If you want to go back and listen. I think I'm underestimating the possibility of the Celtics winning 26 games next year. Now, I guess my question is if they get to the trade deadline and that's what their season looks like, what do they do at that point? Are you still just going to be just hold this fort, guys? Next year when Tatum's back, we'll be good to go. Jalen will carry. I've been thinking lately about the Celtics team and thinking about the idea of Jaylen Brown being your best player for an 82-game season, and it is scary in a bad way for the Celtics. That's all I'll say on the matter. It's like I actually feel more confident, crazy enough, in the Pacers winning more games than the Celtics next year. Is that crazy to say? Just I like their infrastructure a little bit more. Yeah, the Celtics front court is... I mean, who is going to be starting for them next year? At this point, is it Keita? Is he going to be starting center for them? Pistons at 45.5. They won 44 last year. Bucks 45.5. Am I crazy for thinking the Bucks win more than that? I just feel if Giannis plays and is healthy over the course of a whole season, you'll win like 48 games. They won, 48 games last year? Yeah. You'll win 48 games if Giannis plays. I think I'd feel comfortable going over on that. I know their situation with their backcourt and stuff like that. Now, who knows? Maybe they get Chris Paul. Maybe they get Beal. I've heard that tossed around. With Kuzma, they won't go more than 45. That's true. I don't know. If Giannis plays, I think they'll get there. 45.5 is not a lot. Clippers 45.5. All right, so immediately I'm seeing something I disagree with here. The Lakers and Warriors should not be ahead of the Clippers under any circumstances. All right. Lakers and Warriors should probably be 45.5. Clippers should be 45.5. I'd hammer the under on both these teams. I'd hammer the under on both the Lakers and the Warriors, and I'd hammer the over on the Clippers. I don't know. What else am I waiting to see from the Clippers? They overachieve every single fucking year. They've got a really good roster. They won 50 games last year. I've seen what I need to see. I don't think this Lakers team's good, really. And I don't like... This Warriors team scares me. I don't know. Steph misses 3 weeks, then what? Lakers won 50 last year? Well, that's the thing about last year is it's last year. I mean, 2 games separated the 3-seed Clippers from the 8-seed Grizzlies. That's why I don't like the win stuff. I don't care about it from year to year. I don't care about it. Something random with the 199. Hope I'm wrong, but Lakers not hitting 40. I mean, they'll get 40, but I think their depth stinks as it currently stands. The Warriors, Jimmy just looked concerning to me. You know, when the playoffs, when Steph was out, and I was like, all right, Jimmy, this is what we got you for. And he was like, yeah, It's just alarming to me because we know we're not going to get fully locked in regular season from Jimmy. We just know it. We know it's not going to happen. Depth hype, I think they're going to be good in the regular season, but not high for the playoffs. Who, the Warriors or the Clippers? I'm not like banking on the Clippers being a team that can make a deep run. I've said like Kawhi won't be healthy enough, and James Harden will shit in his fucking pants. Okay, so I don't really care about the playoffs aspect. Just looking at it from a win total thing. AD missed half the year, and Lakers still got the 50 wins. You can go year by year, and do this. Some ran with the 199. Same time, I believe Luka can carry to 50. So, hey. Can I say something that, and don't yell at me, but can I say something and asking an honest question? Because I've seen this get brought up time and time again. And I do just have one honest question. And please don't yell at me. Okay? Please don't yell at me whenever I ask this. I keep seeing this where it's like, yeah, Luka will carry you to 50 wins. Luka will carry, like, you're an automatic, you know, what Luka will make you and I'm thinking to myself, really? I haven't heard it. I haven't seen it. The highest seed I've seen them be is a 4 seed. Well, no, I'm just saying because I see this get brought up all the time. It's like Luka will drag you in the regular season, and it's like, will he? Luka will carry you to the playoffs at least, but won't get you to 50 wins. Luka took in the West Finals. I mean, Luka will take you in the playoffs. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Luka will. Doesn't matter what seed you are. Luka can take you on a run in the playoffs. Absolutely. Don't worry, Lakers will not be good enough, and Luka will go to Orlando. Luka will absolutely carry a dud team to 45. He's done it. I think the 21-22, 52 win season was the best, most impressive, like regular season result with that team. With this Lakers roster, 22-23 Mavs vibes for Lakers. Can I also like wait and see what's going on with LeBron? Timberwolves at 50.5. I feel like nobody talks about the Timberwolves at all. When we had a dud team, we actually missed the playoffs, so something might be cooking. I have to push back on some of this, like the teams are bad shit. Like I've already seen this revisionist history of carrying a team to the finals. Like, let's get serious, please. That team was really fucking good. And yes, Luka was the best player on the team. Some ran with the 499. I know what you're saying, but in my opinion, besides the finals team, I believe all Luka's teams are kind of underwhelming. But so is this Lakers team. Yeah, I mean, he's never had like a great team. Like last year's team was by far the best. The finals team was by far the best team he was on. But again, I have to throw out there, that team needed like emergency surgery at the trade deadline to not be a 500 team. As a Laker fan, I hope LeBron fucking retires. Why would you want that? I see Lakers fans wanting that. It's like, do you realize that if LeBron just leaves for nothing this offseason, what is the ceiling? What does that do to the Lakers ceiling? You're losing like a top 15 player in the league. Like, I don't think it's the same thing with like trading Austin Reeves where it's like, I get it. And yeah, if the right package were there, it makes sense. But do you realize then what that means for your ball handling situation the moment LeBron retires? Like, you have to find one. You don't have any outside of those three. Just have to like hope for the best. Timberwolves 50.5. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable going 50 with Minnesota. I don't know. They won 49 last year. They started slow. I don't know if the Nickeil Alexander-Walker's departure is going to hurt that much, but like Gobert maybe a step slower, Conley even a step slower. I wouldn't feel confident about going 50. Magic 51.5. Woo! Woo! I would not feel comfortable going over there, but I like it though. I mean, they have no excuse to not be great. Over 51.5 for Orlando? No, I think they'll be really good. And I would, if I just had to pick one, I'd say over. But I wouldn't like throw money on it just because that's, we haven't seen them do something like that. The roof is the ceiling. Tallow got that bag. He better come with it this year. Knicks 52.5. I'd actually go over that. They won 51 last year. I think they'll be better than that. I think they'll be mid-50s as the 2 seed. Nuggets 53.5. Jake Fisherbaum. What could possibly be left to say? The Clippers have released Jordan Miller. Are you off your fucking rocker? Rockets 54.5. They won 52 last year. Do we see them getting mid-50s and wins? That makes sense to me for their over-under. I wouldn't feel great about it, but that makes sense to me. I actually feel better about the Nuggets winning like 56 games than I do the Rockets, if that means anything. Cavs 55.5. Yeah. I was thinking about this morning. Did the Cavs win 60 again? Like, just look at the Eastern Conference. Like, the Cavs are far and away the best team on paper. For a regular season, at least, I think. Are they getting mid-60s again? Are they hitting 60 again, at least? Health correction might hurt Houston, especially with Unk KD. I mean, think about it, though. It's like even 50 games of KD. Is that better than 78 games of Jalen Green? That's what you got to ask. And then Thunder 62.5. I actually think the Cavs one should be higher, honestly. I don't know if the Cavs one should touch 60, but it should be like 58, I think. I wonder if we see this from time to time when teams win, the direction they go. Because sometimes it's stay the course dominant, and sometimes it's, all right, we won. We know what it takes to win. You know, maybe we don't pedal to the metal as much in the regular season. Like, we know what it takes once we're in the playoffs now. Sheldon with the 499. Luka can't win if his team can't play defense. Lakers can't play defense. Their team is small. They'll be lucky to make it top 6 in the West. Yeah, I mean, I don't love their team, really. I guess they could win regular season games for sure. Fans shouldn't be worried about the ADI injury. I mean, I'm not that overly concerned about it. Some of these teams are an injury away from being in the lottery. I mean, that happens every year. That happens every year. One of these teams almost certainly is going to get fucked by injuries in free fall. Can't predict it. You never know. You never know. Well, this is interesting this far out. It might be fun to look back on these when like the season is about to start to see how much these have changed. I mean, Mavs at 38.5 is kind of crazy to me. I don't know. Like that's a terrible team. Just for a frame of reference, like how horrible the season was for the Mavs, they won 39 games. Like, that is so bad. Are the Mavs not 180 injury away from a playing team? No, I mean, yeah, for sure. We'll see. Well, wait, does that Clippers move maybe signal? Does that Clippers move maybe signal opening a roster spot? $38.5 still feels low to me, personally speaking. We couldn't have gotten to 40. And just be like, will they be 500 or not? God damn, I'm yawning.